rates aren't just facing a high Australian dollar. Rural landowners in central parts are also confronting massive increases in their rates bill. Marlena Wapp reports from Bhinya Downs.
After weeks of soaking rain, there's plenty for livestock to graze on at Bhinya Downs, southwest of Rockhampton. But landholders fear this key slice of cattle country is at risk as they face a looming surge in rates.
We're prepared to pay our fair share of rates. Nothing more, nothing less. But these massive increases have to be accountable for, and council cannot justify what they're doing to us.
That's all everyone's been talking about for the last couple of months, and I just think the people have just had enough. That's what it is, and now it's time to take action.
It's the first time the region has faced a rating system under the amalgamated Central Highlands Council, which absorbed 3 other shires in 2008. The Queensland Government is well aware of a growing resentment from ratepayers around the state.
There's no doubt that this is a hard time for a lot of Queenslanders, and the news that their rates are going up all over the state has not been very welcome.
Mark Driscoll has lived in Bhinya Downs for 26 years.
This is a 14,000-acre beef enterprise, mainly made up of brigalow country, and it's a fattening block, and we fatten for mainly the overseas and domestic markets. I just love being in the bush. I think it's a great place to bring up children. You don't have to lock your doors. The openness, the people, and the cities are getting such a rat race now. It's a great alternative.
But he's worried about the future of rural communities across the Central Highlands.
The stunning size of some of the increases are just unsustainable, and people are just going to either have to leave the place, or some people just don't know what they're going to do. They're just still horrified at the increases that came through the last month or so. It weighs on our mind enough to get us all together. It takes a lot to get the rural people together on one issue, and this has certainly stoked the pot enough that we are forming groups and taking this issue very, very seriously.
Fairness and the capacity to pay. How bloody hell can you sit up there and say you can't build this into your equation?
Kevin Pickersgill from Rolleston is another landholder who's leading a community push to stop the rate hike. He paid $15,000 in 2008. Under the current charges, he expects to pay more than $40,000 by 2012.
There's just not going to be a future out here for the kids, and overinflated prices of everything that brings into an area.
His son Dwayne says it's an added pressure for the younger generation.
Well, it's a huge concern for us because not only does it affect our medium-term viability, but also for future generations, the process of father passing property on to son, that process is threatened, and if that doesn't continue, then who is going to look after these properties in the future?
At this recent meeting in Bhinya, landholders vented their anger, warning they now face increases of up to 300%.
You've got to realise that the way the council's going with their current spending, that your whole rural backbone of your shire won't be here. Like, we're not mucking around. You're mucking around with people's livelihoods and going to destroy us.
The Mayor, Peter Maguire, says it's been a tough balancing act to combine 4 old shires into one rating system.
And we need to try and sort out this situation, and clearly it's been festering, for a number of weeks, and we knew that it was going to be a problem, we'll now work through the process and try and see if we can address some of the issues.
For Central Highlands and some other councils like that, where they've put together component councils and one or other of those former councils has not done its job properly, it hasn't charged the rates it should, it hasn't looked after its infrastructure, it hasn't done the roads works that it should do, that it is the present council taking the pain for the sins of the past.
But the local government minister says differential rating could provide some relief.
I think councils are really being told at the moment that where the pain is hardest for some people, often in rural areas, because of rates equalisation, that they need to look again at the rating options in terms of differential rating and in terms of discounts and in terms of spreading the pain over time.
Peter Maguire has agreed to review the council's methods.
When the unapproved capital values are redone, we'll have a look at the whole process and the whole rating strategy for the whole council. So it'll be looked at not just for the rural area, but for the mining area and the urban area as well.
Rural landholders are heartened by the Mayor's assurances of a review, but they're wary. They say unless the council agrees to lower rates, the viability of agriculture in the region is on the line.
There's only so much water in the well, and they are pumping the water out of the bore faster than it can replenish itself. And they have to acknowledge that.
The rural community in years gone by has been seen as being the soft touch, too unorganised to get up and fight for their rights, but I think you'll find today that that's going to change.